Hello and welcome. So we've got something a little bit different today. I'm going to be taking a look at two terrible decks. So full disclosure, these decks are absolutely awful as we discover in the video. But I've got to the point now where I've just got too much Stiffstone. Actually, no idea what to do with it. And with no new set on the horizon because we've not got our campaign yet, which is sort of like the general barometer for letting me know that, okay, it's time to start preparing for the next set, I decided to craft a full playset of Solitudes. And let me tell you, this card is a stinker, and that's probably for the best, really, because when this card is good, there's going to be a good deck surrounding it, and people do not like to lose to cards like Solitude because not only does the animation take absolutely forever to get through like any amount of cards, although it has slightly improved now because now it jumps and it discards the cards in like chunks of 5, rather than before where it'd be like one by one, you just sit there for like half an hour, just like, well, you've decked me and I've got one card left in my library so I can possibly win. But yeah, we give this a try. I'm going to play two different kinds of decks. The first one is a control deck, and the second one is sort of more of like a sort of little weenie unit revenge self-sacrifice deck. I do think there's potentially a home for this card in like a JPS control deck, but I think realistically just trying to win the game with Chandler Tempest and just like the weapons like Sword of the Sky King and Jewel's Blade is probably just good enough. But, you know, it's Tuesday. I'm feeling good. Thought I'd record some terrible matches and, you know, let me know what you think in the comments. And no doubt you will. But onto the actual intro. Cue whatever the Eddie fade fingers. See you in the future.
Viewer beware, we're in for a scare.
Well, I hope that was sufficiently spooky enough. Let's get set up to make an actual video now. Oh, cracky. Well, now I get to see what my beauty routine in the morning is, which is basically just type your hair, get out of the way. So today we've got a bit of a spicy meatball. This is a found control deck that is unitless. And I know we're all fans of unitless control decks, but we've got the big daddy over here. We've got Roland in his jail cell, Solitude. And this is basically a burn spell. For the most part, you will need 2 copies of this to kill your opponent. The first one is hopefully going to hit them for between 17 and 20, and the second one is just going to be for lethal. These work really nicely in multiples, and this is just what I've chosen for our win condition. Of course, we can get there with Kerndon Merchant, I suppose, but this is highly unlikely. The Merchant is just here to be tutoring. So this deck is awful. I don't expect to do well, but I'm going to run you through the deck, some of the decision points that I came to, and why we're actually playing it. So obviously I'm fearless and don't care about teaching humilities, so we just want to play a deck that's probably quite loose to it, because we don't care, we can still beat it, don't matter. So starting off here, we've got 4 units, so it's not strictly unitless, so you know you can't just downvote it straight away for that. But the Kerndon Merchant is basically just a sort of 2-for-1 thing here. It's going to be a removal spell that is going to just trade for something. If I want to use removal for it, that's fine because that's an extra card in their Void, which will be considered when we play Solitude later on. But this is just going to give us access to hopefully the second copy of Solitude, which will kill our opponent. Although if we do drop multiple Kerndon Merchants, then Gift is great. I do like Gift because our opponent will just have like 4 to 5 cards in hand that they can't actually play because they don't do anything. So cards like Vanquish, Purify, Harsh Rule, they're just going to do absolutely nothing. And getting those in their Void is really important because that way our Solitudes will be more lethal, because just like if there's +5 cards in the Void, then we're going to do 15 more mills with the Solitude card, and that's often like enough. I've had a couple of games where, because I didn't land a gift, I was just like short by 1, and that's just like the most tedious thing. So just like pass the turn, just like sort of looking at each other across the table. But in the micro, we do have access to Strength Shadow, which is just here to kill owls, just more stuff to kill tokens. Actually, we really want to play against slow token decks, or token decks with a slow draw, because all those Grendins, like Assembly Line, if you sweep up those Grendins, that's 4 cards in their Void. Of course, our only like way of discarding cards from our opponent's deck is Solitude, but that's probably why this deck isn't very good, but it's very interactive, which is what I like. Of course, is Solitude as an Oz gift. Last word is spicy late game. If we manage to grind our opponent down into nothing, and they're not playing anything that can make Nightfall, because Nightfall does kill Last Word, and that is awful. Last Word is a pretty quick clock to put your opponent on, because it's like a 2-turn clock. Like, but the first time, just like kill whatever their threat is. Next turn, which is like Hailstorm kills everything, and then you kill your opponent. It's really nice. I've never been in a point where I just had 18 power and just been able to like play and activate, but you know, we'll live the dream. This probably shouldn't be in the board, it's just like something else, but whatever. Also, not playing any Challenge Tempest, which is definitely incorrect, but we came here to game and we just want to kill our opponent with Solitude, just get sweet. Well, some people will just concede to being bored to death, so you don't even need to have a win condition, it's excellent. So we've just got a mixture of sort of interactive spells in the deck. Got stuff like I've Winner, which is just going to slow stuff down, stun things, just buys time, so against like Warbear, we have to just like stun that. Also stuns things like Dawnwalker, pops Aegis on things like Champion of Cunning, or any sort of small Aegis threats. Doesn't deal with Vicaria very well, but fortunately we have Unstable Form, and Unstable Form with like, I don't know, Rindra's Choice, or even better, In Cold Blood really does the job there. Basically just a pile of card draw, pile of removal spells, and hopefully we get there. We're only playing 25 basic power, but we do have Petition and just like Virus Favor, so we've got like a virtual 29 power virtually, and we've also got like Color Deck and Strategizes, Palestorms, Wisdom Elders, does things that will be able to help us hit our power. Of course, I did say Hailstorm now, it doesn't actually draw you power or cards, but it will buy you time, and time will help you hit that. So let's get onto the ladder. Don't expect to do particularly well. I'm expecting to go somewhere around the range of 1-4 to 2-3, and I'll be happy, I'd be ecstatic if we made it to 3-2. But let's go onto the ladder and give it a go. Okay, so we're on the play. This is like late in the month and our opponent's on Diamond 1 here. I'm just snap keeping this just because like Virus Favor is broken against like people trying to play fire decks. I'm going to redraw this just because I think we can do better. And this is much nicer, like interactive spell, got a win condition, so please no, actually I'm going to lead with Feln Banner. This is to play, but we don't have any information, we don't really know what we want. Like if this was a hand that just had like 2 power, I'd probably lead on the crest because we would be looking for power. So Elysian, I feel like still we're fine just to sort of seat here. I suppose we want to look for a removal spell against Elysian. Carried Merchant's probably fine. Okay, so last night would have been good to just like snap off the initiate of the sands here. Well, don't want that. Well, let's crest here. I'm not just going to fire off. Oh yes, there we go. Card draw, that'll do. So we have a nice answer here if our opponent is playing something like a Surso. Don't think this does the job against False Prince because I think it'd target it. Oh, well, we're in trouble here because opponent's got an Aegis threat. We're going to draw some cards next turn, so it'll be fine. Want here, nothing in particular. I might go for the Azendel's Gift pretty soon. This deck board just grabbed like Backlash or something. I much prefer that they just didn't. So drop cards now. Okay, great. So we've got Virus Favor, which is going to be reasonably good. Find like a Hailstorm, be able to pick both these things off. Our opponent is a False Prince deck. We should be able to just like kill the False Prince because we have the Virus Favor. Okay, Duskgrader is fine. So this can't possibly be like Shimmer Pact. It's just like an Elysian beatdown deck with Duskgrader. Well, we didn't quite get there. We'll strategize here, trying to find a Hailstorm. Okay, so multiple Solitudes is probably fine. Might be able to do a little bit of something later on. So we are facing down quite a bit of power here. We just have 8. Let's just slow them down a little bit. As I was saying, this deck's probably not very good, so let's try something a little bit different. Okay, so is this like Shimmer Pact? Uncertain what they got this far. Yeah, the old Berserk Initiate of the Sands. Taste it. Yeah, got me. Well, what do we do here? I assume just like Virus Favor this. And I think I'm at the point where I want to try and gift our opponent. It's probably actually just correct just to get straight into Shadow. But we could play Gift next turn and then die. And I think I really like that line because it lets us go into another game. Perhaps somewhere opponent's got like slow draws, not really doing anything. Like perhaps even playing stuff like Spore Folk in the deck, so we just get to kill them really nicely. But we do get to make a block here, unlike the 3-2, which is sort of tasty. Yeah, just kill that. So, let's have a think here. Are we dead to an Aegis? If our opponent got Unseal here, that's pretty gross. What are our Solitudes with now? So we've got a 3 and then a 6. Not great. We'll just gift them. If they have Obelisk, I think they kill us because they go to 4, 7, 8. Yep, so Obelisk kills us. But, like, rando stuff like Equivocate doesn't do anything. So let's have a look at what's in your hand. Oh, okay. I'm curious why they didn't play Tender Flock. I assume just don't want us to gain a million lives off. That would have been awful to play against. There's like a bunch of Berserk Shimmer packs. I'll see what that was for now then. So what can we get from the board now? I suppose we get Stray. I think that's still, we still die then. Yeah, let's trade this for Stray. Let's not actually play Stray. We'll just feed in time this. We'll trade here. Then our opponent's just left with 0-2, and then hopefully we're able to get someone with this Solitude. Oh. I'm glad that wasn't last turn. Yep, we have an old dance. Yep, take one, that's fine. So, colour deck, so felt like I'm reversible with good shape. And Cobble's really expensive, isn't it? I suppose may as well just take Annihilate, really. I mean, we're going to spend all our power anyway, it doesn't really matter. But let's just... I really want our opponents to play like that sheep card, just to get loads of tokens down. Oh dear. Oh, I need a wave answer in this. So 3+5, yeah, we got it. Let's attack for 2 points. Taste it. Feeling pretty awful about this Rundra's choice. Oh, let me have the trade. Did not expect that. Let's do it like this, kill both things. So we're 11 now. What's at 56 here? They've given up, didn't get to see our win condition. I mean, I can understand why you would scoop, because this is going to be tedious, and we're like 10 turns away from like Solitude actually doing anything, but yeah, 1-0. Next game. And a first win chest. Delicious. So we're already where we'd want to be, a positive record. I'll open that chest later. So this hand is probably quite good. We can pop Aegis. Got Prize Favor for against like a 5-based red deck. We do have Devastating Setback, just like a bunch of stuff here. This is probably fine. I've also got Petition. Petition is my favourite sort of power tutor because it does fetch crests, which is sort of nice. I'm just going to keep power on top here. Yep. Because we're quite a power 100 deck. I've got a lot of card draw, so we shouldn't realistically be flooding. Don't know what I need with colour deck, so we'll just grab... Well, I guess the Argent Pod. Do we just grab the Cobalt Waystone? Actually, don't think we do. Just grab Crest of Cunning here. Just quite happy just to get a Crest on next turn. If our opponent doesn't do too much here. Right. Okay, so against like a Revenge deck, this is probably going to be awful to play against. Do we play around... Well, do we try and snipe a Roland's Memorial? I think we try and get one. Harsh roll, rats. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. So what I was expecting was this to be like some sort of harsh... It's like Roland's Memorial deck. Maybe that was a misplay. We should have waited until after our opponent played like a Winchester Merchant. Okay, Slumbering Stone's great. I think we're in a nice position where our opponent does not going to have much. Okay, we'll keep this kind of merchant. So I'm not going to have much cards that are going to do much against us. So stuff like Madness, just like, it's fine. Okay, so we really want to see a load of like Ink Cold Bloods here. That'd be pretty perfect. Render's Choice is going to do very little in this matchup, so we can probably trade that away. Let's actually have a scout here. Yeah, we'll keep the more power. Just because we do have a colour deck. Okay, so actually what do we have here? I think we'll get the Ink Cold Blood. I've also got things that can just make a mockery of a lot of these revenge threats here, because we do have like Unstable Farm. I'll probably attack just like I'm taking free, it's fine. I do need to be sort of concerned a little bit about if our opponent, for example, I don't know, devours, well, Madness devours our thing because then they get access to them. Mark it again, but like, whatever. Well, in Cold Blood, this our opponent does have the option here of devouring, but they've had like last 2 turns realistically to draw it. What next? I suppose we will Fire Favors this. Also, a nice thing about having Solitude in the market, not attacking here, like dealing damage to our opponent is what we're about, and just like giving our opponent the 2-2 flyer. The 2-2 flyer is sort of good for our opponent. Is we can actually see how many cards are in our opponent's void, just like the laser away. Fully aware we can just click over here and just find out, but I just like doing this, just like, yeah, go to the market, find out instantly. So whatever, if we was going to cull, yeah, I'll take Wisdom. Sort of fine. Happy just to trade with this, to be honest. Will Wisdom now, just in case we find a crest. We do only have 2 quests left. Okay, perfect. So we've got Lightning Strike here, we're pretty well insulated. Like, TikTok's fine, that's just not realistically going to kill us. This Piercing Grief could be a nuisance if our opponent is just like on the mono. Actually, just gonna... Let's try this. It doesn't prevent as much damage, but it means that the threat isn't still in play. So yeah, Solitude is going to go up to 8 next. Actually, we do a pretty decent job of not really giving a monkey about Maxo, don't we? Let's go. Boop. Got you. We'll just pop this just so our opponent's got less things in play. It's a gain of life, just feel incredibly smart and thin. If opponent's able just to break this or whatever, which is unlikely in this faction combination, just like Unstable Farm this. There. Well, let's get to deal 8. It's not perfect. So like Unstable Farm this, we could hit something that we can annihilate. Good. Just what I wanted. So do we... we could just like extract this. Seems awful because then our opponent gets a Botchwing Conscript. Yeah, I'm just not into that life, to be honest. Good. Good. Not at all in trouble here. Yeah, just stun that. Get out of here. Yeah, get out of here, extract. I mean, we can get into a position where we can actually just kill Maxo and then just like mill it. It's not the end of the world. You can tell from our ranking at the moment that I did spew off quite a lot trying to figure out how to build this deck, and actually dropped about 1,000 ranks. Trying to figure out how to make manacles work, and manacles just never worked. That's how we only got a few of them. Well, I get to draw a card here. Would like a merchant because I'd probably like to... I suppose just interacting here, aren't we? I suppose we'll do this after they've drawn. Yeah, and then we get to kill whatever they've got revenge in. Piercing Grief. That's a nuisance. Well, let's kill this. We take quite a lot of damage. We do take... I'll take an 11 here. Bright side, if we kill this, we get to gain life. That's sort of nice. Okay, well, we get to do this. Sort of nice. Got to grab nearly all of our opponent's Mactos. So it's 2. And we just get to stun this. We take 3, and then I'm pretty sure that we die. But we get to mill our opponent for 11, which I believe means we have the moral high ground. Yeah, so technically we've won, even though we've not, because this deck's awful. Did play it for a while with Justice, tried it for a couple of matches, and it was nice. It was really easy to actually splash the Harsh Roll, because just like the board wipe is what you need. Ah, rats. Playing Vanquished Blade Fall, they never got to say our win condition. I suppose this is going to be like a set of matches where our opponent's just never going to say our win condition. I can just tell I'm just so rich for shift stones. I just crafted like a playset of Solitudes yesterday. Just out of boredom, just ran out of new things to grab. So that looks probably fine. So like interactive spells, card selection, yeah, keep it. On the draw. We are getting to the dangerous like meme territory now. Of like the nearly 2,000 masters. I do like Virus Favor against Xenon actually, because if they do play like a... Yeah, it's called a deck. We'll keep the Virus Favor. Yeah, we'll just take Extract just because it's the action there. Got enough power, like because we do have a 4th power because of the Virus Favor. Well, that's sort of unfortunate because we can't actually extract this. Oh, I was sort of hoping they play Dawnwalker, which is why I kept the Virus Favor here. We'll strategize here. Don't want to just spew off the Virus Favor. Do we just have enough selection? Let's get rid of Primal Sigil. Play Shadow, and then we can absorb this next turn with the Extract. Sadly can't deal with both. I probably played them in the opposite order than we would really liked, to be honest. Let's just extract this before we're able to play a Obelisk. We can just like feed inside this, so that's probably what we're going to do. I suppose... Okay, Echo card. Could be Clockroach. Clockroach is really nice with Dark Turn deck, which probably Twin Brood Sauropod. Yeah, okay, so this is the Dark Turn target. Point gets to draw a card. Ooh. So, do suspect we're in trouble here. And yeah, just feed in time this one. Because it's currently our only way to kill it. I just don't want to sit here, our opponent gets to draw like a million cards. We'll be able to Virus Favor this next. They can't get it back with like a big boy. They did draw an Echo card. I'm going to assume it's Twin Brood Sauropod and not Clockroach. Although Clockroach, yeah, Twin Brood Sauropod. Clockroach is actually really nice in a deck with Dark Return. Just playing it like for fair reasons. So Wisdom's pretty good. Just Virus Favor this. I think that the gift is probably about the same. Yeah, I'll just get gift here. Gift our opponent next turn, make him discard the hand, and then hopefully we'll just kind of find removal spells. They can play another Twin Brood Sauropod, but we are just going to block here. Got to suspect they're not going to play something like a Pritchard Carnosaur, but they actually have 2 turns with which to act. Okay, so we'll give them a target for the Annihilate, which is sort of rough. But if that means that they don't get to play anything else for the turn, that's actually just fine. Let's take Wisdom. Wisdom again. Sees just as many cards. Okay, so now I think we'll strategize. Just probably just bottom of the seat. Yep, we're all just sort of the same card. So we'll just keep the ones that just remain undepleted. So now I should like another merchant because Strainer Shadow would be really good because it kill all of our opponent's board. So I'm just going to Wisdom here. Good, right on time. We'll just extract this, just buys us some time, gives us a scout. Don't want more extracts, would like merchant. Now we get to light strike one of these. We do take 5, and then we do need to answer the other one. So maybe JPS is the best shell for this. Actually, if we lose this one, I'm probably gonna fire up. Whoa. give him a gift, move on to the next deck. Just going to jump onto the JPS version of this just to see how that goes instead. Okay, so just a quick video there. Going to be doing 2 videos now though, just the second one's going to be a slightly spicy deck and all. It is my take of a sort of version of a Solitude deck that I've seen running around on the ladder, but what do you think of this deck? I think it definitely needs justice still. You definitely need to play the JPS unitless deck that is just like winning with Solitude, and you probably actually need the other win condition of the Channeler Tempest. But, you know, we're at a point of the format now where I think a lot of us feel like it is a bit of a lame duck format, where we are sort of looking forward to a campaign because we really need it, or just a big balance patch. But it's nice that we can still sort of experiment with these sort of cards that have still got really splashy effects, but definitely perhaps Solitude needs a little bit more support. And I'm actually kind of glad that it doesn't have too much support, because losing to this is actually just awful because the animation takes forever. But anyway, I've been that resolves, and I'll be back in a moment with another video. So see you around. Hello and welcome my spooky friends. Here we are again with another spooky deck that is trying to spook our opponents to death with the Solitude, but also the Black Iron Manacles, which is a bit more of a realistic win condition here. So I did see this deck on the ladder, thought it was pretty cool. So on the Eternal Warcry as well. I'm not sure who the actual originator of the deck is, but I will post that in the comments below. Well, in the description actually, so you're able to find that and play with their version. But I just decided that this kind of deck build just does need a market. We're playing 27 power, which does feel like still nowhere near enough, but we've at least got the Stone Sky banner in the market here. So what is this deck all about? It's about Black Iron Manacles and Solitude, but we've got a sort of other bit of a synergy in the deck here because we do have the Dream Snatcher here, and this cares about your opponent discarding a non-power card, which hopefully the Fallen Oni is always going to hit, and the Spike Feeder is going to help you out a little bit with that too, because it is going to mill your opponent for 2. And that's pretty nice. Just makes the Dream Snatcher like, I don't know, like a 3/3, 5/3 even sometimes. You just get to have this huge lifesteal threat that's going to keep you in the game long enough to be able to burn your opponent out with the Black Iron Manacles. We'd have a lot of synergies with these little 1-drops that could hit. We've got the Shadowlands Gang to bring them back, and we've got the Crown Press Gang to keep chewing them up, sort of go up the board basically forever. Also, just having like Shadowlands Guide and Crown Press Gang is nice as well, because we do have the Harsh Rule that will clear them all away, and we're still able to get them back because we've got Dark Returns here. Yep, got Dark Returns, like Dark Return, Shadowlands Guide, bring back one of these 1-drops, or just like Dark Return, Shadow with Crouch Press Gang, just all the sort of stuff we've got going on. Got Devours as well, just to dig us a little bit deeper. But for the most part, I'm just going to try and get our opponent to expend a load of cards. Just have a burn them out of Black Iron Manacles, which is a realistic win condition against a control deck. Like, you don't really have to do much if they're just playing like Strategize and Wisdom Elders. This will get them in the end anyway. And also, just Solitude's nice. Got to the point now where I'm just like, what do I craft with? You see, I've gone down just a little bit here. I've got 16k's worth of dust. Literally got nothing else I want to craft. So maybe I should just start making like the old heavy horde of like 120k ready for set 5, but we've no idea when that is. Maybe it's like December, I don't know. But I suppose we have to have a campaign before that anyway, so it's nowhere near. But this deck is sweet. In the market, we do have extra options of just grabbing up Solitude and Black Iron. Actually quite a nice curve, just like Current Merchant, get Black Iron, just like a nice 3 and 4. It's not quite as explosive as False Prince into Sandstorm Titan, but it's my kind of magic. So let's get onto the ladder, see what this deck can actually do. Okay, so here on the plate, and just like snap, redraw, just a 1 power. This is much nicer. We are very slow, but Fallen Oni just like chumps Oni Ronins, so it should be fine. I'm going to lead with the Crest of Vengeance because if we do draw in the Dark Cult, it's probably fine. Because if we do draw a Quarry, which we know we're not now, we could still just play the Fire Sigil to snap it off, although probably still want to wait for that anyway. Play Crest of Chaos, just to spook our opponent a little bit. Oh yes, Black Iron Manacles, there we go. So I'm not going to play the Fallen Oni quite yet, but I'll leave that till we actually need to. I just play it after the Manacles. Dark Return, don't really need like millions of Dark Returns. Our opponent can actually like in Cold Blood our Crouch Press Gang, which makes our first Dark Return like a lot worse. Rats. Well, actually, we're not going to play the Dream Snatcher quite yet. We'll play Dream Snatcher plus Fallen Oni. So it turns into a 3/3, which means we're able to block. I'm very interested in blocking Teacher here. And if our opponent kills the Dream Snatcher, I'm happy to chump. That's sort of fine by me. So go on, we'll gain 3 life. Just is there some sort of trick here? Nope, just like allowing it. That's fine. Just don't want that to get through ever, because it's just sort of awful. So I think I'm just going to manacles them. I'm sort of happy for our opponent to just get some war cries here. That's sort of fine. Don't need to block because we've already gained some lives anyway. I'll head. Ooh. Well, I will be in cold blood in this. Because the Warcry is already bad enough without everyone just like doubling up in it. I think perhaps I'm just going to play a load of awful decks today. I guess this is just like my life now. I think, are we at the point where we chump? Probably not really. Because I was going to get a bunch of lives next turn. Because I'm going to play this plus this. And just be able to trade for our board. The slow burn here, just like 1U. And we've got the void here, they're just free. So Solitude is just like a 6-point torch. So like Shamanic Lightning or whatever it's called. So see, I've got like a quick spell here. I think I'll actually quarry first, see what we get. We'll probably snap off a merchant actually. Okay, so Crest is fine here. I think I'll grab Spike Feeder first. So Fire is actually quite nice because we get to devour this nonsense. But we're just going to play Dream Snatcher, then play Spike Feeder, just mill our opponent for 2 because that's 3 points of damage. And then we've got an Aerial Clock as well, which is nice. I just block one of these. Just like an opportunity where I can get this in the bin rather than like in play against a deck that can potentially play in Cold Blood. Ugh. This is awful for us. It's like a 7/7. I mean, we actually might just let this hit us, apart from like the whole not wanting to take 7. Don't think we care too much about the weights once we're at this much power. Like, it makes our Solitude in the market cost like 9 or whatever, but we're sort of fine with that. Okay, so we get 5 power Dream Snatcher here. I think we Devour in combat. Yeah, because then we... Okay, so let's devour this now. It's fine. I think I'm just going to double block this. Just take 7, that's fine. We'll take weights, we draw an extra card. Our opponent draws a card as well, which is a point of damage. Yep, took it. Awful. Actually, making the Lenos here is probably actually just awful, because now I've got 7 cost Crash Press Gangs. But let's quarry first, let's see what we find. This will cost 4, which is still awful. It'll cost 3, yeah, because it will cost 1 less actually. Yeah, so let's Spike Feed our opponent. Got your Warcry. Nice. Fallen Oni as well. Just sort of hoping I don't hit like it's really don't want to hit a Dawnwalker here. Yeah, we'll leave that on top, that's tasty. Opponent takes 3, just chump with the 1/2. Because I will be attacking with the Spike Feeder. Oh, I will no longer be attacking with the Spike Feeder. How's this a 7/8? Just off the Warcries and little dudes. Okay. Dark Turn, I'll head. Uh-oh. I suppose Spike Feed is technically more then. So we can actually play both of these. Do we just devour this because if we hit power, let's play the other one. We'll just play this. Then next time we can double Spike Feeder, which would be 4 points of damage. Yeah, so letting the teacher actually hit us was actually awful and worse than I thought it was because a lot of our pieces are not very playable when they cost 4 more, well 3 more. Like when these little dudes cost 3 and like Devour is going to cost 1 million. Just like 7 there, so fine. Yeah, let's put everything in front of the teacher, just get rid of that as a threat. Should we just play like enough random idiots so we can keep things in the way now? So we're actually dead to a removal spell, aren't we? I'm glad we milled those suffocates because that would have been horrendous for us. So it's 4 opponents, get them down to 8. We're just like on double chump duty here. Which does seldom make the Devour bad, but the Devour's already awful anyway. So it could be easy initiation that kills us, because I get to give the Merchant Killer, which kills one of these. Okay, Virus Choice, same job. Just like fetching a removal spell from the market does kill us there. Well, how lethal would one have been? Would have been 17, so we would need 2 Solitudes to win actually. So opponents are, well, won't tell me. But 2 Solitudes probably would have done the job. Although actually 1 would because we had the Manacles in play. Okay, so I'm going to redraw this. I do need a little bit more action. Can't just like get there with like in Cold Blood Solitude. This is much better. Just make our opponent deal with the Spike Feeder and then bring it back with Shadowlands Guide. Shadowlands Guide here. Go on, plain only running. Rats. Just wanted to like trade this for a card. That'd be perfect. So that mill our opponent here. So we're up to. Okay, so like some sort of Felnscar, so it must be Scream. This is probably like an awful matchup, but ugh. Also, what we're gonna do next, because we do have like 2 quarries, I might just quarry next turn anyway. Also, well, just like gobble them for 1, I suppose. Oh, taste it. Yeah, let's just quarry here. Not super concerned about let's get like Champion of Fury Tear or whatever. Do just be a little bit careful about our mill strategy because do we need a quarry? I mean, we've got Devour on like a crest, so we should be able to find more power anyway. We just be a little bit careful about just like discarding cards from our opponent's deck because they are likely playing Hornet Scream here. But it could actually just be good old-fashioned Felnscar. Okay, so Crunch tells me that they are not. Well, what should like Black Iron Manacles against this? So let's quarry. So let's take the Shadow Sigil. That's sort of fine here. Sort of effectively the same thing. Don't need more Devours. Should probably attack there actually. Yeah, because we're just going to try and Manacles our opponent, try and just kill them. But I think I'm happy just to block 1 point of damage here because we get to get back with the Shadowlands Guide after we've got the Manacles out. Our opponent will be able to give this Berserk if they want. Yep, snap that off. But this also sort of feeds our plan, just like putting cards in our opponent's void, which is nice by us. Yep, you get that torch out of there, please. Please no burning outs. So let's go to Manacles here. But we're going to Unseal, which is sort of spicy for the main deck, really. So it must be like another torch or some sort of fast interactive spell. Also, what it could actually be. We are going to get cracked for 6 here. Also, do you need to be mindful that our opponent can have Madness here, which would be pretty awful against our Crown Witch because our opponent should have targets for the Crown Witch on their side. But given this reckless is top fine. Without tricks, I'm not too concerned here because I'm attempt to block it actually with my free one next turn. And if we draw, what's this? Fireman Cub. There's got to be a reason this is in the deck. Must be good. Well, sadly we just got Sea of Chaos, which isn't exactly what we're looking for. But just grab the Spike Feeder back, just to crack our opponent for 2 here. There. To see how many points of damage our Solitude will do. I just like torching this or this. It's probably a fair shot to torch this. Just annihilate it actually. So we'll just trade here, that's fine. Still has Overwhelm, as well as Reckless, so it does actually quite a bit of damage. This is awful. This deck is awful. We're getting taken to Brown Town by this 8 points. Well, we're at 9. Potentially blocked with the Counter Merchant. So we could cascade into 3/3, don't think that works. Inculpable doesn't do much. Devastating Setback does some work, but we can't actually get and play it. So I think we'll press gang, just make some bodies. So I think they've got a torch here because they've got like a fast spell on 1, so it probably just kills the Crown Watch. Oh, it kills us. Okay. Well, we are dead because our opponent gets to deal. They kill one of these. Yeah, Fireman Cub kills this. Annihilate or whatever kills this. Yeah, Overwhelm just for the sick rubbins. Okay, so easy redraw here. And hopefully I put a nice slow deck and just lets us sort of get away with hanging on to play the crouch press gangs. So we're going well down in the rankings here. Glad you can't lose out of Masters here. Okay, so Huru. Say there's a chance. Could be Huru control, in which case we've got all time in the world. Crest of Vengeance there, just like found over our 1-drops, are able to go off. Sea of Vengeance is probably fine actually, because it means that we've guaranteed got our 4s in play. If I run, oh, JPS. At least Manacles is potentially very good here if they don't have Omen of Austerity in the board. Yeah, so let's play Seacrest. No point like hiding what factions we are. So you don't get actually very much out of doing that. Probably actually going to spin these 2 decks together into the same video. Just to see, these are some awful decks that I've been playing with. So we have Echo cards, so this is probably the Echo discard, draw a card, discard a card. Could actually be the Primal card, Accelerated Unstable Evolution, can't remember what it's called now. The 1-cost spell that, okay, so I've got a Solitude, so probably in okay shape here. But I suspect we don't have to worry about creatures, well, units. So let's take Spike Feeder, just because that's like definitely some mill. My opponent could have like, if my opponent plays like a Macto, then I might be more interested. Okay, Jewel's Blade's fine. They do get Aegis, which we are going to be able to... Oh, okay. We'll pop it with Fallen Oni. Must be frustrating for our opponent here. Just that we managed to snap it off. Let's face Aegis. Just spite our opponent here. What have we got? Yeah, so it's like JPS unitless. So if you don't mind our board getting dealt with, because we get to dark turn this, which is tasty. Pawn does get to whack us for 4 though. More of this, Aegis, stop it. But even if our opponent counters this first one, or these drawn cards, well, taking Crouch Press Gang, because it gets us a Fallen Oni, which will pop their face Aegis. I want to keep the actual like discard units in our deck. Just so we're able to actually get like meaningful hits off this. Then we'll crest. Don't really want more power. Like we top out at 6 realistically, and we've got 9. We've got 27 points so far. Like partial's fine. We're just going to keep messing around, just taking 4 a turn. I think we found our ideal matchup. Would really like to find a merchant so we could get like a Blackout Manacles going. Because our opponent is unitless, so they should have like an Omen of Austerity main, but it shouldn't be too easy for them to get. And if they have to start like, we'll keep this for crest. Okay, so current merchant's perfect. Just keep doing this, dude. Spite Feeder. And then I suppose I'll just Press Gang again. I think I'm actually going to get Fallen Oni this time because I want to trade it with the Merchant. So we've got 13 here, which doubles up, and our opponent is on 48 cards left. It's got 39. Even more if we get to kill our opponent's weapon. Okay, so they do have a Jedid Merchant. So this must be like a new thing that these decks are doing. I suppose it's like blocks, attacks and blocks, and you are trying to kill the opponent with like a 4/4 weapon. Softens up, I guess, before your Solid Sky King comes up. Not sure what this Prime Spell they've got is. I think they can probably figure out that we're trying to just like Solitude them. But also, I would like them to just like tap out here. That'd be perfect because they would have Solitude for like 13. Yep, that's never going away. Unstable Farm. That's fine. We've still got the big one, so 17 them. Yeah, that's 51. So let's Fallen Oni just to make sure. I feel rather foolish that I've not been using them more aggressively now. Let's see a pile of opponent's deck. Okay, so we've killed the Solid Sky King. 1 channel, 3 channels. So they probably actually can't win now, even if they counter this. But I think I'm just going to try and get them to tap low for like face Aegis. Rats foiled again. So they've got channel, sort of fine. Block, that's fine. Feeling pretty foolish about not playing this Crest of Vengeance because we would have been able to kill our opponent if we had that up. So that was just an oversight not playing that. We'll get Fallen Oni. Okay, so we get to do it anyway because we're just like better lucky than good and all that sort of nonsense. It's like 37U. Oh. This is what you came for. This is why you played the game. Just look at that. Just over there. And two Solid Sky Kings. That's aggressive. But yeah. Just wish this all like the Wyatt avatar. So it's like you call it trash, I call it treasure. Because this deck is a treasure. It's not very good, but when it works, you just feel fantastic. That's what we came for. Chest upgrade as well, just to sort of make us feel good about ourselves for playing such terrible decks. Okay, so we've got Black Iron, we've got Merchant and a Harsh Rule, so I think probably actually quite well set up. One players will also get to crest just like specifically searching for power. Also, if we're against something aggressive, Spike Feeder trades before anyone is. So I think we'll lead with crest. Probably going to bottom anything that's not a power. Devour's potentially power, so I think we'll keep that. Because we get to turn our Spike Feeder into cards, just like a little divination. Let's have a little cheeky crest here. Hoping this is the same matchup. Well, should have Spike Feedered first before my crest actually. Give a bit more information. I mean, the point of the deck is to play. Well, Solitude's awful now because it's an aggressive hero deck, sharpened reflex. But at least True Pacifier doesn't do much against those apart from attack for free because we're not playing actual weapons. Just play Black Iron Manacles, which has got some spicy artwork, to be honest. I think our opponent is just considering their life choices and whether they want to consider to play against such a ridiculous and awful deck. Yeah, I'm having a great time sitting back. I'm just going to turn this into 3 games for each of these terrible decks and just publish that probably. So, no doubt this is far in the future and I'll have explained that like in an additional beginning bit. But I'm actually really interested in the card Solitude. Probably shouldn't ever be too good. We're just going to crack them for 1 though and just devour. Just really want to get this Black Iron Manacles down as soon as possible. Because this really helps your Solitudes be actually lethal. So also got opponent is, well, they're just off whatever we're doing. So they're on either Tilt City or they're just like checked out. They're just like, I'm just not playing against this nonsense. I'll play Crest of Chaos here because this is always depleted. Dark Zone will bottom actually. Sea of Chaos is sometimes undepleted. I think like 8, 9 undepleted sigils. We could go nicely like Black Iron into Harsh Rule if we want to, but I'm pretty sure our opponent is just scooped, to be honest, just like off it. Give a little prompt with the May Stars Truth Guide you. I do like these avatars. This one came a little bit late. I think White is actually my favourite one so far. Though I did like Shara because she looked really good when you put weapons on her. Okay, well, this is also like this is sometimes just unplayed. Our opponent can do this because we're going to draw 3 cards next turn, take 3 damage. Delicious. And then just like play a bunch of stuff, we're just going to Harsh Rule them. So I'm tempted just to Merchant for another Manacles. Though if our opponent Merchants next, maybe they've got a Omen of Austerity, which would be sort of awful. Actually, yeah, Omen would just like really own. Actually, given this is an Unseen Commando plus a Reckless Flying unit, actually just going to Harsh Rule here. Yeah, seems more than fine. Paul's like gets to draw some 1-cost spells, but for the most part, Paul's just not very good. Okay, the ball's good. That's like super lucky to draw that. So I suppose we're back to the good old-fashioned way of Solitude here. Just like getting the old-fashioned way. Oh, that's awful. We can't actually play Harsh Rule. So he might just be dead. Well, we've got a blocker for this idiot, so let's just mill him for 2. Firestyle and Vanquish, not doing anything against us. So Stone Scout Boy in the market won't help us there. I suppose we'd actually need like the Justice Source now, don't we? Yeah, so going for this is huge because we're going to be able to deal a load of damage. So I'm going to play to the outs of basically drawing the Justice Source. And just block the most amount of damage. I mean, they're both 4 power, so it doesn't really make any difference. But brush the old beard here. Power could hold up like Unseal or Backlash here, just like Enemy Power just takes minutes to load there. Okay, so Temper to kill the thing. Guess Acquisitive Crow's got some stuff to answer for here. Well, Shadowlands Guide, don't think actually does it. Let's trade this for just power, just to be able to play two things. But I'm probably off this deck now. With like exactly one turn to find a... Is it a Warcry? Oh yeah, there's a Temper. Wondering why the Acquisitive Grows a 3-2 there. Ugh. So all these units get +3/+3? So, we need to for sure draw the Justice Source right now. But at least the Solitude is going to be good. After that goes, it'll be 16 so far. I'm just going to die to Fireballs, aren't I? Well, unfortunately, this doesn't do anything, so I'm just dead. So, who means boss? But yeah, unfortunately, this game probably isn't very entertaining to watch, so I'm just going to go straight to the wrap up and explain what happened. Okay, so that was Market Solitude, and that was the second deck in our Solitude series, and I can firmly save you some shift stones here and tell you that these decks play are very good, and that's probably actually very good for the game because people don't like just randomly losing to having all their entire deck discarded. Do you think this as a control finisher is still pretty sweet? I did go on like a 5 or 6 game just winning streak yesterday with the control deck, but well, those are the breaks. I'm not recording all the time, unfortunately, when you're not actually just a Twitch streamer. I just sit here on YouTube instead. But we had a bit of a blast. You know, feeling nice and lively today. Just back at work for like the first time in a couple of weeks after some holidays. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Ozals. See you around.